Okay, we're in Belfenheim, and well, it's sort of like a pirate town. There's like, it's on the water, there's a breakwater there, some ships out there in the ocean. I guess airships come here too. Now, it's supposed to be a pirate port, but the people living here aren't really doing what they're doing as a result of sort of like greed or anything like that. In fact, this is more like a sort of place where people flee their own worlds, where fleeing from like control from oppressive empires or kingdoms or anything like that, just seeking to be free. And these people here, I mean, you go around talking to these people, they're basically going on about how they're doing things, they're selling things, but really they're doing it for the purposes of trying to help the town out rather than for their own personal benefits. So all these people here are really like sort of, I don't know, I guess working for the community. Then there is that Redis guy. He was the one that killed all those people in the Dracula laboratory. So there's that. Okay, we gotta go to the Feywood. You could go that way. I'm not sure if that would actually lead you to the Feywood. Most of these areas in this game connect to each other, so there's a good possibility that it would if you ran far enough. I'm gonna take the save pistol, because this is quicker. I'm gonna go to the Dolmore Jungle, where it connects to the Feywood, so it's a real quick jump. It's gonna take us a little bit to get through there, and for the most part this episode is going to not involve any storyline aspects. I'm really just gonna be talking through here. If I rush through any sections where I sound kind of frustrated at times, it's because I am. I've tried recording this episode 5 times, and the emulator that I'm using kept crashing. PCSX version 1.1.0, which I believe that's what the version was. And it was a subversion that I had downloaded back in January for, I don't know, it was several months before. This is July at the point that I'm recording this. And I guess it may be buggy enough that I didn't realize it was a bug there. So I upgraded to version 1.2.1, and that's the version I'm using right now, the release version, not a subversion. So hopefully this is a little bit more stable, and when it crashes I'm trying to move into this section. Well, that's... So I'm trying to just sort of rush through here. I've made this trek enough times. I'm also going to end this battle, this episode, right before a boss fight, so... If you don't feel like listening to me talk for the next 20 minutes or so, feel free to just not watch this episode. But of course, I like hearing me talk, because I'm a narcissist. So let's go on. We've heard a little bit more in the last episode about how the fight that Marcus Andor of Rajuva is getting prepared to make his move against the Arthurian Empire, which could potentially have disastrous consequences for everybody. On the one hand, you can't exactly ask people like Rajuva or people of Dalmasca or Navradia to just sort of sit back and accept the fact that the Arcadian Empire has conquered them and just sort of live with it. That's a hell of a thing to ask of people. But on the other hand, raising swords against them could potentially have disastrous consequences, because Vayne has the Nephesite, the Deifacted Nephesite. I forget which one has the power right now. It's either the Midlight Shard or the Dusk Shard. One of those two, they actually have both of them. but only one of them has their mischarge charged. And that could potentially be disastrous for us in the event that they try to use it when Marcus Andor is making his move. It seems as though Bane has been planning this, along with the judges, has been planning this little battle quite a long time. Because it seems like in the event that Marcus Andor goes and does in fact launch his attack, Rosarian Empire would see this as an opportunity, a weakness, a chink in the armor of Arcadia, and move in and try to take advantage of it and attack. That could have disastrous consequences for everybody involved except for the Arcadian Empire, provided Vane's plan comes to fruition. Because, think about this, Arcadia went and attacked the neighboring kingdoms that exist in these little proxy wars between Arcadia and Rosaria, those being Nebradian and Dalmasca, which means that Dalmasca is the closest country, closest territory that Arcadia controls on the border with Rosaria. So, that geographic location is actually a very strong point for Arcadia to hold, because any position that any attack that Rosaria launches against Arcadia is very likely to have to go through Dalmasca first, which makes it act like a sort of a buffer between the two empires. And in the event that that Cold War heats up and goes into open conflict instead of a bunch of proxy wars, the attack is first going to happen at Ravenasca, and that is in fact where Marcus Andor is planning on launching his initial attack during his little dissident. Now keep in mind that, although we're pretty damn sure that the Day-affected Nethicite has the power to be used in a more practical way, the only thing we've seen so far is an enormously destructive explosion, sort of like a weapon of mass destruction, nukes flying around, all that kind of stuff. And that could be really fucked up to have a war where one side has powerful weapons that no other side possesses, even if they can only use it once, which at the moment it seems like they only have the ability to launch it once. It only needs to be done once. If Rosaria attacks, especially if they attack at the same time as Andor's attack, they put a foe in Ravenasca and Dalmasca. All that Bane would have to do is use his newfound powers to, she's been silenced. Use his newfound powers of the Nethicite to cause that explosion. Even if they're not using the Nethicite properly, they're using it well enough to sort of destroy all of his enemies simultaneously. The dissident forces that are standing up against Arcadia get destroyed. At the same time, the Rosarian Empire's army gets destroyed. So that is going to be a bit of a problem. Now, of course, he's not exactly... damn it. Oh man, these guys got fucked up. What do you have that can... Let's see what that'll be. Okay. Not as well as that with the probe. But we're doing better now. But even in spite of this, now Marcus Andor is not a person who seems to have a strong love of battle. He doesn't want to go to war, but he's someone who feels like he has to. And just like the case was with Ash earlier, how can you ask a person whose country's been invaded or whatever to just sit back and do nothing while the invading empire, like, do something essentially to protect the empire? Which, I mean, even if the war goes on, it's still not going to be good for Arcadia, even if everything goes the way they had planned. war is going to end up killing a lot of Arcadian people too, which is what Larson was talking about when he was trying to dissuade the princess from doing what she was doing, trying to raise an army against Anakin. I thought my game was crashing there for a second, but it's okay, it didn't crash. We're good, everybody. It's starting to frustrate me. I'm hoping this doesn't end. I don't feel like recording this episode again. So this is how I'm going to do it. In the event that this game crashes, and I'm unable to actually finish the stupid level, I've given up. I'm gonna stop recording, I'm gonna play through to the end, not bother recording the episode at all, and pick up the next episode right before the boss battle. Hopefully I'll get past whatever corrupted portion of the game I'm stuck at right now. But it's recording right now, so I'm gonna take that as a good sign that I'm gonna continue on. Still slow down. That's irritating. Notice the different characters all have different ideas on how they should proceed with their plans. For example, Ash, I don't know if she's really been corrupted by the Nephicite yet, the actual effect it can have on Fran or the judges that we've seen using manufactured Nephicite. But it seems to have an effect of driving people sort of insane. Definitely look at Dr. Cid as a result of that. That man is freaking batshit crazy. But, but Ash is enticed by the power of Nephicite. She wants the power. Regardless of what kind of negative effect or consequences that could have on the negative consequences that could have. Now, I think she's willing to sort of, if she has to, she will destroy the Nephicite. But she'd rather save it and use it for whatever goals she sees fit. I mean, well, really? Where am I? I'm in a Henny Mines. Holy shit, I didn't realize you can get to the Henny Mines from the Feywood. Are these enemies weak like they were in the other parts of the mines? That's a no. That thing took a hit. Shit. I'm not going to win this fight. Well, maybe against this one bat I will. I didn't realize this. That's weird. I'm getting out of here though. Now contrast Ash's opinion that the Nephicite should be destroyed, or it should be saved, and utilized for her own goals. Balthier has taken a different perspective on it. He wants to destroy it. That's a little bit weird for a pirate. You think a pirate would be like erring on the side of profit or power or whatever. But keep in mind, Balthier, his father's Dr. Cid. He wants to Balthier just sort of, the only reason why he's a pirate is because he's trying to escape the Ash Hitmon. Balthier is more or less just trying to escape his past, what his insane father of the Empire that he disagrees with, all that. So he's a pirate, sure, but he's not like a dyed-in-the-wool pirate. Perhaps it's the same thing that we've seen out of other people, like Fran running away from her past, Vaughn running away from his past, Greta running away from his past as well. We don't know what that past is, but he's definitely running from it. It seems to be a common thing with pirates in this world. We're all just sort of running away from something. Now that entire group of people at Belfast, they were all running away from the empires and kingdoms that they didn't want to be a part of anymore. Reoccurring theme, everybody, reoccurring theme. So Balthier wants them to just snatch up the piece of Nephicite off of Dr. Cid and immediately destroy it. That would eliminate the advantage that Vane has over Rosaria, and that may potentially make him think, twice about his plan. The minimap should be working here. Not very well, but the minimap should be working. There's something wrong with my graphics settings. Okay. Didn't do this way. Now, if we decide that... I mean, if we can destroy the Nethicite, Vane might be, although the man is kind of insane, he might be willing to call off his attack. But there's another little wrinkle. Dr. Cid, in a conversation he had, that insane son of a bitch, said something along the lines that we may be granted another piece of Nethicite. That is kind of weird news to us, because as far as we had ever heard, there were only 3 pieces of Nethicite: the Dawn Shard, the Dusk Shard, and the Midlight Shard. Mirror mail, that's nice, I could sell that for a lot of money. We could potentially use that to, whatever it is, to gain another piece of Nethicite, but if we could do it, then we have to suspect that Arcadia could do it as well. If they can get... In fact, Dr. Cid seemed to be rather dismissive of the individual piece of Nethicite we have. So, perhaps a bit of a bigger problem than that. Maybe, just maybe, there is more Nethicite to be had. And if they can get more Nethicite, then... If we can get more Nethicite, then they can get more Nethicite, and if they can get more Nethicite, then, well, their power multiplies greatly. Just having one piece of Nethicite which can destroy a city may not be enough. They may be able to get multiple pieces of Nethicite that can destroy multiple cities. Or worse, if they can figure out a way of using it properly, they'd be, well, unstoppable, perhaps. Well, that's no good for us. Kill this thing. Kill it now! Oh, this is a powerful thing. Oh, nuts. There's a lot of mist in this area here. Mist is a reoccurring theme in the Final Fantasy series. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna continue this conversation in the next episode. Because here's my save crystal. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna end it. I made it. I cannot believe that I made that shit. Boom. Saving. Boom. Ending episode. Boom.